Hi, I'm Nicholeen Peck. I'm the mother of 4, previous foster parent of many, and I teach self-government and parenting all over the world. But in this video, we're going to talk about how to teach a left-handed child to write. In this video, I'm going to tell you a story about my own daughter who happens to be left-handed and some of the things that we did to help her master her writing. Not only was she left-handed, she was also dyslexic, and I found out that maybe I was stressing a little bit too much. So hopefully this video gives you a little bit of the confidence and the security that you need to take a little bit more relaxed approach to helping your left-handed child. So I'm right-handed, my husband's right-handed, and all of my children except for one are right-handed. Sweet little London is left-handed, which really serves her well. When it's a crowded table, she can sit on the way left-hand side and still have plenty of room to eat. She always strategizes to put herself there on purpose so that she's not crowded like the rest of us. It's kind of cute. Left-handed people are not at a disadvantage. We've got to remember that. Things are just different for them. In fact, many people who are left-handed see the world and connect with the world in a slightly different way that actually can be very refreshing. Sometimes left-handed people see solutions to problems that right-handed people don't see just because the way that they form their letters, the way that they maneuver their hands is different than the way a right-handed person does. So as my daughter was expressing an interest in writing and in reading, we noticed right off the bat that she was having a little bit of a struggle. Not only did she always want to do everything with her left hand, even though we were showing her everything with her right hand, but she also started reading everything completely backward. And we thought, whoa, this child is seeing the world with eyes going in a completely different direction. Now, at first I thought, okay, well, I'll just have her move everything to her right hand. I mean, after all, that's what my mother did for my sister. That's right. My sister, who kept eating with her left hand, writing with her left hand, kept getting the pen and the fork moved to the right hand. And after a while, she started doing everything with her right hand. But, you know, to this day, my sister is ambidextrous. She can now do everything with both hands because my mom did that. Now, does she write with her right hand? Yes, because she spent the most time practicing that. But technically, she was a left-hander. So with my own daughter, I decided I wasn't going to just replace the pen and put something in a different hand. I thought, if she's left-handed, she's left-handed. And I'm going to let her be left-handed and see what happens. But I have to say I wasn't exactly sure how to help her with the writing, especially because she started wanting to do that writing a little bit sooner than most people might want to. So, you know what I did? I just showed her the shapes, not necessarily the strokes. So when a person learns writing, usually they learn strokes. Like, this is a C. This is an R. They learn the time that you make the certain lines. But for a left-handed person, that doesn't actually matter. So I showed her the shapes and then let her make the shapes any way that she wanted to. And you know what I found? Is that she wrote things like 8, like the number 8, completely opposite from the way that I wrote the letter 8. She wrote letters like Y differently than I wrote the letter Y. She would make the long tail before she would make the short piece. I went, wow. That's amazing. Every time I watched her write, I was intrigued that she could come up with the same look on her page, but it all happened differently. And then I realized that me being so low-key about her writing was exactly what she needed. In fact, she didn't get that little hooked hand going over the paper either, because I never told her she had to have her paper a certain way. I just wrote with my paper a certain way, and I tipped it a certain way to do my writing. And she just figured out how she wanted to tip her paper to do her writing so that she could keep her hand in the position that she wanted to keep it. Now, there's nothing wrong with hooking your hand over the top to write, but it can be uncomfortable and create a cramp in the fingers and the hands. So I was glad that she didn't ever get into that habit. Instead, she kept her hand down low. But there is a danger when you're a left-handed writer from getting a dirty palm of your hand because it can run over the letters. So tipping the paper slightly with the top left corner down from the top right corner oftentimes helps the left-handed writer not get as dirty on their hand, which I noticed was definitely a thing that she didn't like happened. Also, notebooks. There are certain notebooks that are better than others. You don't want to have a notebook that has a big obstruction right on the left side of the page because that gets in the way of their hand positioning and they don't feel like they can write properly. So for my child, I just let her be. I let her form the shapes and I told her all of it was right. No one's going to judge her or grade her on what time she made the stroke for the letter. They would just know that's the letter. That's the whole point. The point of writing is communicating your thoughts and ideas. It's creating a symbol that other people know what it means. So it doesn't matter if they make their strokes in a different order than I do. Hopefully you feel a little bit more relaxed. I know that I have a laid-back personality, maybe a little bit by nature, but your child does not need stress. One of the worst things you can do is stress over the left-handed writing, or any formation of letters. Let them do it their way. Let them figure it out. And then constantly show them what the shapes look like again and again so that they get it right. They will get it. She got it. She's a fantastic writer now, and there are no problems with her writing, even though at first it looked like that she was having a different writing experience. I hope you've enjoyed this video, all dedicated to left-handed writers. If you've liked this video, I'm pretty sure you'll like the next one, which is how to stop kids from whining. I'll see you there.